Hi, it's me, JC, back with another Ceramic Hour live stream. Okay, we've got an update. Jason he can't take me to the studio today to pick up the pieces, so we're going to go tomorrow, which means we're going to have our, kiln reveal, whatever. I'm going to show you guys how the pieces turned out. That is going to be on Friday. April 26th. And then tomorrow I'm going to drop off a load, and we're super close to about the amount of pieces that I should be bringing in. I have to kind of reach a certain amount that fills the kiln. They have kind of a minimum for how the kiln is filled. So I'm trying to do a tiny bit more than that to ensure that we fill it. We're gonna do some glazing today. Let me try to get some dust off of here. You want to try to make sure that you get lint and whatever off of your pieces. Sometimes I will go, it is really good to run them under some water, from your faucet. That's, perfect. But I'm not sure, if you should apply glaze before it's fully dry. I've seen that can take a little while for it to dry off completely. So that's why I didn't want to run these underwater. Okay. So hopefully that one's good. This is super last minute, so I'm just gonna make these 3 pieces the same glaze combination. Okay. And it might be runny, because, well, we've got, we're gonna do honey flux on it, and a flux typically will move more. I feel like they typically do move. So we're gonna do this one, but it's also going to have another glaze on top of it, and kind of combining them, it will run even more. So just kind of I don't know, try to mix this up a good amount. I can't remember how this one goes on. I feel like it goes on really weird, but I'm blanking. I literally just used it not that long ago, a couple days ago. Okay. So typically, if you're doing 1 glaze on a piece, you would do 2 or 3 coats. This one in the directions recommends 3 coats. Oh man, should we do, but because we're layering, should we do 2 of each? I think we're gonna do 2 of each because I would not want it to run. So the glaze that we're putting on top of this one, I used it by itself on a number of pieces, and those are the ones from a few, from the last kiln reveal. All of those ran onto the kiln shelf, and I had to fix them. And that was not a good time. So we want to avoid that, if we can. So I think we're gonna do 2 coats of this one, 2 coats of the other one. Actually, I'm just gonna move these off to the side. a bit. Let's maybe start with this little dish. It has like some little speckles on it. I don't really know what that is. And then I'm not going to do the bottom of this one. It looks a bit shallow. Okay, yeah, this one goes on pretty well. Oh, it is really thin though. Maybe that's why they say do 3 coats. I don't know. I mean, it shouldn't like matter too much if we did on this dish. But it's just like the vases, it could just like really like make a huge mess. I don't know. Okay, let's give that one a second to dry. I did put some wax resist on the bottom of this, like on the foot area, but I wasn't sure like what I was gonna put on these though. So I don't know, for this one, if I redid it, I would put the wax resist a bit higher. But I think we're just going to, I don't know, decide like how high up we should do it. And then I'll just like wipe it off with a sponge later. It's not too bad wiping off with a sponge, but the wax resist really is like so nice. And I did these 2 vases. They're relatively round. Even if they're not perfectly round, you can still like put them on the wheel. You don't even have to put anything on it to hold it to the wheel. And then I just like got some wax resist, the Wax On. It's like a purple one. You can kind of see it here. And it's so much faster than just like trying to I've definitely like not used wax resist and just like sponged it off, or just like done it completely like by hand doing the wax, and that definitely can take a while. I think you can get like, even if your piece isn't like super round, you can still get like a good chunk of it done on the wheel, or even maybe like a banding wheel. I made a little quick like reel video for my Instagram about doing that. If you actually make like a lot of pieces, which I don't, I've seen like a really cool technique. It's so basic. You'd have to like Google it, or like put it, like search it on YouTube. But what I think probably more professional potters will do is they have like a sort of like pan, or like, if you've ever seen like those like pretty big like standalone pancake kind of skillet thing, like it heats itself. I don't know, something like that, where it's kind of like sort of like fully enclosed, like it's kind of like a bowl shape, and they have like, I think it's just regular wax or something, and so you just like dip your piece down in, and like you just put enough wax to fill like the amount that you want it to go up the pot, and it's like literally done in just like seconds. You're like boop, and then you just like move on to the next one. But that's like a whole thing. Like you'd have to buy like the skillet thing or whatever, and I don't know, I can't quite remember. But yeah, I mean, that would definitely be probably a lot cheaper in the long run. Just like buying wax in bulk. I think you could just use like any kind of wax for that thing. The ones that I typically mention in my videos that I'm using are wax on and wax off. They're two separate ones, and they're made for like being kind of like specific purposes. And it's not just any old wax. Like they do have like their differences. Wax on is going to stay on your pot when it's fired. Like that's what this purple is. And it's typically for, you know, doing like the bottom of your pot, or if you have a lid, you don't want the two pieces to stick together when they're fired. It would be for that purpose. And then wax off is it's definitely a different texture, and it's meant to peel off of your pot. It's meant to come off the pot before you fire it. That's kind of like how you can remember it. So that would be for layering, like if you're doing a design with underglaze, you can just like, you can put the wax off in like certain spots, and then like whatever that spot is, like you can just like more quickly do like a coverage or something or whatever, and then like when you're done you just peel it off, and then you can like whatever, like underglaze that part now. So they're pretty handy. It's if you do like more like that kind of decorative thing, they're really handy to have. Let me see. I don't know if I want to put any glaze on the bottom. It's not, I don't have like a ton of room. You definitely want to make sure there's enough room here in case the glaze did drip down. Let's just go with no, we're not going to do that. Okay. Just trying to get a tiny bit, I have no idea like where I should put the line. Maybe I feel like this is overkill, but you literally don't know. Like having like 3/4 of an inch. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know. Let's do like somewhere around that. Probably would be a good idea to use like a little, like put tape down instead. Then I wouldn't have to sponge the line to be like straight. I could just put like some masking tape down, but I don't really feel like doing that, so I'm just not. sometimes what I'll do with pieces, if it's like multiple glazes, and I don't know, maybe they like mix well, or they're like not extremely different from each other. Like you might have the bottom layer go like all the way down, but then if you like know the top one is going to definitely like drip, you like might put it just like halfway or something, or maybe like not quite to the bottom, and then when it drips down, like you have a different effect than the whole, you know, both coats, both glazes dripping down. I don't know. These ones do look pretty different. So I don't really want to have like just this one exposed and then oh, I didn't do the inside of the tiny pot. I wouldn't want like just this one exposed at the bottom, but it's definitely like a kind of like a preference thing. If you just want like the bottom glaze to go all the way down, then do like a half thing, even with a glaze that isn't going to run very much. Like sometimes that can just be like a fun look. Or maybe do that with an underglaze, like the underglaze is kind of like on the bottom peeking through with a nice little color or something. I don't know. I don't really hear many people like ever talk about using underglazes under like colored glazes. Typically you would put a clear coat on top of your underglaze because you probably put like a cute little like illustration type of like design on it and you don't want to cover it. But some of the glazes that I have, like maybe like a Celadon or something that is a little bit like transparent, sometimes it's kind of fun to put different underglazes on there, because you can get like you can get that underglaze color to like peek through the glaze, and that can be pretty fun. You definitely have to do like, you know, some tests to see like how it's going to look before you just slap it on a pot. I did that with like this little like pinch pot, and I was like, yeah, I think this is gonna look really cool. And then like I got out of the kiln and I was like, oh wow. It was just like it was kind of like I don't know. I just had like a different expectation, but it was like a lime green underglaze, and then I have like this nice like light teal Celadon that I put on top of it. And I was like, I don't know, like maybe it would be like this nice like beachy ocean color, and it was literally like mostly just lime green. And you'll see that like in my shop. And it's like, I don't know, it's like extremely bright. I feel like it really stands out against my other pieces. I'd like to push my like decorating into like more colorful pieces and stuff, maybe like where it wouldn't look so odd, but we're not there yet. And I do love like subtleties. Like I love like subtle glazes and stuff too. So it's like, I don't know how this is gonna go. But it looks really funny on my page because it's just like, oh, nice nice subtle vase, and oh, look at this nice little white pinch pot, and then it's like lime green pinch pot. It's like it just like comes out of nowhere. It's just like, I don't know. It really isn't like bad or anything. Like, it is like a nice color. It's just like it doesn't look like it fits in. And that's the thing. So I just need to, like, I don't know. Like, if I made more pieces that kind of like fit with it or something, or complemented it, like, I would need to do like maybe like some more like product photos that show that. I really, I don't like doing product photos, but I'd like to, like, I don't know, like, push myself with them and try to do like more for like Instagram ones. So a lot of my product photos are just like, they're mainly to like show off the piece. And they might not like have like props or anything in it. But I don't know, like, I kind of like, I don't know, when I have like more time, I'd like to try out, like, see like how I can maybe do some staging and like maybe bring some like props in or something for pictures, so that they're like a little bit more interesting for like when you see them on Instagram. It definitely is like so much more effort, because like obviously you want like the good photos, like a good clean photo for, you know, when it's like in your shop, and you don't want too many like distracting things in there. Anything that like draws your attention like too far away from the piece or something, or it's not showing the details. But then on Instagram, like, you probably want something that I don't know, really makes it interesting, like really like sells you the idea of like you could see this in your own home. It's not just like up against like a blank background or something. I do try to do a little bit of that kind of like staging, because I do feel like it's really important for things like, I feel like when you can see a jewelry dish with like actual jewelry in it, that like, I just feel like it really elevates it. And I think sometimes, I don't know, like, I feel like sometimes people just don't know, like this tiny thing, like, look how big this is. You'd be like, what the heck am I gonna do with that? Like, your first thought might not be that it could be a ring dish, you know, or just whatever. You could put earrings in it. Like, that might not be your first thought. You're just like, that's a really tiny plate. Like, what am I gonna eat off that? You know, like, I feel like that would be like the first like gut response. So showing people like, oh, doesn't this look amazing with some gold earrings in it? You know, like that kind of thing. Like, you can really picture your own stuff sitting in it, and especially jewelry. Like, even though my pieces don't like have like a gold luster on them at the moment, like, it really makes them look so nice when you put like some like gold jewelry in the picture or something. Like, it just really adds to it. Stuff like that. And I really feel like someone that might be on the edge to buy something might be like, oh my gosh, that looks so cute, and just really like can, like the photo might like convince you to like buy it. So it definitely does like have its place. Like taking extra photos and like doing the extra work, but like I'm like I don't know. Sometimes it's really hard to do it like in a way that makes it look good. Like I don't know. Sometimes I'm not really sure about like I'm trying to like I'm like if I drape a necklace over it, does that just look weird or does it look like natural? Like, oh, like you're in a hurry and you just threw your necklace down on it or something. Like, I don't know. It's like there's definitely like an art to doing product photography, and I feel like I'm kind of just reaching like the basics. Like I feel pretty good about like the one just like the plain ones. They're just trying to show off the pieces. Like I feel pretty good about a lot of them, but now I just want to take it a step further. And I do think it's really important for like certain things like I'm one of those people that like I really like air plants. They're really cute. If you don't know what an air plant is, they're just like they can definitely range in sizes, but if you saw any at like a store, like maybe a sort of like gift shop or maybe even like a flower store like a plant store, they're typically pretty small. Those are like more of like the baby ones most likely, but they can get really big. Like they could get like a foot or so. And like air plants are so cute and they look super awkward. If you didn't put them in anything, air plants like the reason they're called air plants is because they don't sit in the ground. They just sit wherever you put them. They don't really, I mean, they will grow roots, but the roots aren't as functional as they are for normal plants. And like I think like some things like air plants are pretty new. Like it's not like not everybody has heard about them. So if I made something specifically for an air plant to like hold it up, like I really do need an air plant like for that product photo, you know? Or else you'd be like, what is this for? But then at the same time, like you could maybe use that same thing as a ring dish or something. I think you could use like certain size pinch pots for air plants too. So I don't know, even like getting photos of different things sitting in your work can just kind of like give customers an idea of what else they could do with it. I don't know if it looks weird or not, but I have like some dishes that they're kind of small, so they're not really quite food sized, and I just put like some little like nail polish sitting in them, or like sitting like on top of them, like little, they're kind of basically like small plates. And it's like, okay, well, like if you don't wear jewelry, like you could put your nail polish in here, or what else? I've been trying to figure out like how to like stage like crystals on them. Like if you just have, if you like to collect crystals, you could put those in there too. I don't know. I'm really bad at like using crystals as props. I don't know, they're just kind of awkward, and they just kind of like, I don't know. I'm really struggling with them. But I feel like crystals are so popular right now. And like, I don't know, I feel like it really would just be like another option for people as like a what you could use it for. I feel like that is great. What else did I do? I don't know, but I think those are like a few of my ideas that I've tried to do with like staging photos and stuff. I'm trying to take some like Skillshare classes on it, but I know Tabitha Park has some. I'm pretty sure she lives here in Portland. She's a really great like product and food photographer. Definitely check out her Instagram. She like, I'm just like, I can't. Like, I'm just like always like so surprised when I see her work. It's always like so amazing. So I'm trying to like take some of her classes, but I'm like, I don't know. It takes me a long time to get through like videos and stuff that I actually need to like focus on. And not just kind of like have playing in the background, if that makes sense. Like, I like the ones I need to really pay attention to. And possibly even like watch what's happening. Because a lot of the time I like to just like multitask. But I'm pretty excited, like, I don't know. Like, check those out. And she has like a decent amount of videos on her Skillshare, if you happen to have that platform. If you don't know like what Skillshare is, this isn't like some kind of promotion or anything. I know they do pay people to like talk about them, but this is not that. But I do kind of like Skillshare, and it is a little bit different in the fact that so you will pay like one fee for like, maybe it's like a month or a year, whatever your plan is. And then on Skillshare, you can watch any number of videos. You're not limited to any. Like, you have full access to the entire site. So not to like knock Udemy or anything, but just as an example, for Udemy, you have to pay per video that you watch, which is definitely like, okay, like you don't have to pay this like huge lump sum or anything. If you just wanted to watch this one video, like that could totally work for you. I mean, there's definitely like pros and cons for like your situation and like what, I don't know, like how much learning you are planning on doing, you know? But just an example. And I don't know like a ton about like how much Udemy has. They definitely do have a lot more like techie stuff. I'm a graphic designer, if you didn't know, and they do have a lot of classes for like using like all the Adobe products, or using like Microsoft Office, and like, I don't know, I would bet you that they have a bunch of like coding classes and stuff. I hate coding, but if that's something you're interested in, like Udemy is definitely the place for that. And then Skillshare Skillshare does have that type of stuff, but I think they have a much larger focus on creative things. So is that like a tutorial on how to start knitting? Or there aren't a ton of ceramic videos on there. There are some. I love Emily Reinhart. She is the artist behind The Object Enthusiast. And I have some of her work, and like I've met her at markets and stuff. She's really cool. I don't know if she has any more videos, but she definitely had like one on like hand building. She also has a book out right now too, which is called Decorating Pottery. I haven't read all of it yet, but it's, I don't know, I do enjoy it. Okay, so we've got 2 coats on each. I don't know. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna put anything on the bottom. I would like to, but I don't know. The bottoms are a bit on the thinner side. Okay, and then I think I needed to do just like the rim of this. Maybe just like tap on a little bit more. And then we'll move to the next color. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Skillshare has, I feel like they have more videos on creative endeavors. Like things like photography. They definitely do, I think, have things on like coding. But you'll definitely, like, if you were to say like painting, like there would definitely be like, I think, a lot more painting or digital art type videos on Skillshare than Udemy. I think a lot of those kind of like learning platforms kind of have like I mean, it's not really a niche, but like kind of a little bit more known for one over the other. You know? And then like Udemy has more stuff like, oh, how to learn about marketing or like something about business. Where like Skillshare doesn't quite have as many videos about those kind of topics. Off the top of my head, there's also like Domestika. I don't know a ton about them, but if you're like just kind of like in the mood to be checking out like learning platforms, that is another one off the top of my head. Okay, so where did I put the top to this? Oh, here it is. That took me like way too long. Also, I should not have my brush sitting in the water. I told you guys like not to do this, and I like go into it. Do not put your brush in the water just sitting there forever. Don't do that. I don't know if it's quite okay, I don't think that is quite clean. I don't know. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Okay, we're going to put the top on this one and get our other glaze now. Where is our other glaze? Oh, here it is. I just have like a bunch of glazes sitting at my feet here. You know, as one does. Okay, and it's looking a little weird in here, but that's why we're gonna take some random thing and mix it up. Some people will also maybe like have a sieve or a, what would you call that? Are there other words for those? I mean, not really a colander, but like kind of a colander, if that makes sense. Like one of those like mesh things, to grab any chunks from your glaze. You don't really want the chunks to go on. Some of them you can just kind of like this one. Just looks like a giant mole. You can just kind of like scratch it off, or whatever. It is going to be, that one was a bit wet, but it is going to be a bit dusty if it's fully dry, so you just want to keep that in mind. You don't really want to be breathing in too much glaze dust, or like glaze powder. That would be very bad for your health, in the long run. If you're really gentle, you could take a wet sponge and just kind of tap at it too. If you had like a little, if you had a little bump of glaze on your piece. But again, like you want to be really careful about that because I mean, it could take off all of it. So, okay, we're just tapping away here. Like kind of get the sides, and then once it dries, I'm gonna actually get the sides of it. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I was like, ah. Okay. Okay, and we do kind of want to alternate the direction of our brush strokes too. That's always great. Do, 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 do. Oh, if you missed our other stream, I have a quick like minute video on my Instagram of the stuff that I got at the ceramic showcase. What was that, last weekend? I bought like just 3 things. If you want to check those out, my Instagram has, I showed those in like a quick little video, and I linked the artists there too if you want to check them out. So cool. Oh my gosh. Every time, like, it's just like getting to that time where I'm like, I really want to do markets. I'm like, I should do a market. I need to find a market to do. But I'm like, at the same time, and like when I'm done with the market, I'm like, oh my god, did I just lose money? It's like, oh my gosh. But I don't know. I love the experience though. I love it, like meeting people that show up, and I don't know, like maybe if they chat about whatever, I don't know. Sometimes you can get like feedback on stuff. How's this drying? It's like kind of wet, so I'm gonna be really careful with it. I'm gonna go back and do that, the very bottom part, but it's just kind of hard to hold. But I don't know, I love like talking to people about the work that I made, and I don't know, like sometimes they're another artist or something, like maybe they have a booth or something. But I don't know, it's always like fun to like chat to people. I think I've heard people talk about like the different markets that they go to, which is like always kind of like nice to hear about, like what else is happening around town. Or I don't know. A lot of people will like ask me like where I do my work. You know, like, do I have a membership at some studio? I think a lot of people like assume that. Most people do. I don't. So I'm like, I just work in my kitchen. It's fine, totally normal. um, but a lot of people like ask me that, or they'll be like, I don't know, do you have like some membership somewhere? And then second question they ask is like, do I have a kiln? And I'm like, no, I don't have a kiln. But yeah, people are like, I don't know, people are so surprised, especially like if I tell them I have a pottery wheel and like I do all of this like out of my house. It's really not that much. I mean, like if you're like an artist, like if you're an artist and you like know like what comes with being like a physical artist, it's really like not that much. Like the amount of space that I have for my ceramics would be like it's nearly equivalent to like when I was doing paintings and stuff. Like you're gonna need like a little like table or an easel to work at, and you need space to put your stuff. Like to anybody that doesn't do art, they'd be like, oh my gosh, like your house is overrun. Or I don't know. But I don't know, like it works for me, and it's not like I don't feel like it's too crazy. I can definitely have a lot of space being taken up when I'm doing like glazing, because I like to get all my bisqueware together, like sitting in the same spot, and then I will like write down on like little sticky notes like what is going on what, and that can definitely take up a lot of space for those few days. But otherwise, when I'm just making stuff, you know, like trimming or whatever, like I mostly just work here at this table. I do next to this one, I have my desk. So I'm sitting at like a little kitchen table, and then I have my desk right next to me. So it is really nice if I don't want to, if I'm working on something on my ceramic table and I want to kind of like switch gears on like doing something else, I can just like move over to my desk and not have to move everything. And then I have my wheel next to me. And like, I mean, it's not really that big. It's like the size of a toilet almost. I mean, it's a bit bigger. And then you would have to like, you would obviously need room to like pull your chair up next to it. But, it really doesn't take up like that much space. Okay, so let's tap the sides of this one, and then we need to do the insides of the bases. Wood just Oh, nice. It just like cracked and like fell off over here. Sometimes if you put like too much glaze on, I don't feel this is only 3 coats on this dish. That is not too much. That is literally like the regular amount. But it just cracked and fell off. I mean, I should probably put the other one down, but I don't feel like it, so we're just gonna cover it with this one. And it's just like I'm just gonna tap a little bit on here. Because this is pretty runny and I would not want to put it like too far down and then have it run down the dish. If you want to see like my actual like space, I have a little video on YouTube that is called like I don't know. It's something like my studio tour or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's not really a studio, but it's like my little like workspace. I don't know. And that video has it shows my workspace and the amount of space that I have for my ceramics, so including like my shelves and like where I put my glazes. And like it just has like all of that, and then it also has the tools that I use, including like the ones that I would say are pretty like that I would definitely recommend, and then the other ones that are just kind of like maybe nice to have. There's that separation if you want to check that video out. My YouTube is just Callie & Co. I normally mention at the end of the stream, but since we're talking about it, the YouTube also, that's gonna have the whole live stream playlist there. So after a week, Twitch will delete my videos. So I put them up on YouTube for people to watch. So if you want to just like chill out and watch me do something, there's literally like so much. I don't even know. We have over 100 videos. I can't remember how many. There are a lot. So we go through, there aren't a ton for glazing, but there's definitely a lot of like just like in the middle of making something. A lot of things we will do like start to finish. Like I'll show the majority of the process, except for probably the glazing. I just like need to like focus sometimes, and there's a lot that's going on with the glazes and whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it's like complicated. And then the YouTube also has like there are a few tutorials on there for ceramics. I'd like to make more, but I've like so many things like on my to-do list. And yeah, there's like some other videos like that are like small handmade business related, and for just like, I don't know, there's some just like general artist videos too. I have like a what's it called? It's like my book tour or whatever. I just kind of like show off the different books that I have. I used to work in a variety of mediums, so I have all kinds of like books on like hand lettering, graphic design, illustration, knitting. I don't know if I have like my knitting books in there. I don't think I do. Or I have like ones that are like for like art businesses, like, I don't know, how to start your own art business, or I don't know, whatever the heck. Or I have a number of books, like textbooks for art history. Those are really great. Highly recommend. Okay, so we got the inside of this one done. Do this one. Where are we? Oh, we have like 4 minutes. Okay, let's get the inside of this one done, and then I'll have to go back to work. Let's see, what is today? Oh, today's like Wednesday. Jeez. I don't know why. I felt like today was like Thursday or something. I should just like do coat all the way at the bottom, and then I'll just go back up. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be really upset if we have issues with this glaze. I forgot to mention, so this one, Nebula Blue, this is by Laguna. So the last firing that we did, where I like got my pieces back, not the ones that I just put in the kiln, I put this on a bunch of them. Some of them are like combos, and then some of them were just on its own. And I nearly forgot. This one, it like on my mug especially, it like bubbled, and like, and of course it's like right at the rim, like where you take a sip of it. It bubbled and like just kind of like sort of ruined it. And there's also like, if it didn't quite get to bubbling, it just kind of like turns like really dark, like a pretty dark purple color, which isn't like so bad, but it's definitely not like, I don't think it's really what you want. So if you use this one, it's a little, I don't know, like temperamental or something. I think the thing about it is that it says cone 5. And my studio fires to cone 6. So I think that might be the problem. So I'm gonna be really upset if we're having issues. So those pieces that I did with it, they ran all the way down to the kiln shelf. They turned like a dark color in random spots, and they also bubbled, like, and then like some of the bubbles like popped and then stayed like, you know, just kind of like froze like that. So you really, shouldn't be selling things like that. Like, No one wants that. So I just like I kept it for myself because like it just, had a lot of problems. But yeah, it's a really pretty glaze. But I definitely have had some issues with it. Wow. I really hope that these are fine. I don't know, like, I've used it before on a number of pieces that are quite a bit smaller. So I had a mug, and then I had like a bowl that was like, it was like this big, like 6 inches or something. And those are definitely the pieces that had more issues with them, where I've used this glaze on smaller pieces, and they happen to not have any issues. So I'm not really sure if it's like something about like the size of the piece, like maybe it has to do with like where it was placed in the kiln. Because like, I don't know, I think you put like larger pieces at the bottom or something. I don't know. But oh my gosh. I forgot that I had this like idea that it has issues with bigger pieces. I don't actually know, but it's just like it's just like a like thought that I had. But if they turn out really nice, I'm gonna be like really happy. I'm gonna be really happy if they turn out really nice. But it's kind of like I don't know, like all or nothing or something. I don't know what saying I'm trying to get to. Either it's gonna be like really great or it's gonna be like really bad. Okay, so we've got, we have one coat on all of these. Where's my little thing? Okay, here we go. Perfect. So we're gonna let that sit there. And then let me see, let me close this up. I don't know if it helps at all, but I put like some saran wrap down on my pint before I close it. I think it might help a little bit, but I really don't know. Okay. Well, if you're watching on Twitch, thank you so much for joining. Tomorrow, I don't know what. I mean, I guess we could probably do more glazing tomorrow. Yeah, we might do that, or like underglazing or something. I don't know. I don't have like a specific plan or anything. But I don't know. That might be what we're doing. And then Friday, we're going to do the kiln reveal of the pieces that I'm getting back. Yeah. And then I'll need like a week or so to like take photos and like get them up in the shop. So I'm looking at like early May for a shop update, but everyone on Twitch will know like much sooner than like on Instagram and stuff, if I launch the shop update, like when that launches. Yeah, well, be sure to follow along here on Twitch. Again, I have the live stream videos going up onto YouTube at Callie & Co. Be sure to subscribe there, and like the video if that's where you're watching. And yeah, well, that's our live stream for today. Let me see. Can I get like a nice little, how should I set this up for the like thumbnail? I'm so hungry right now. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's really dark. Or I'll just use like a clip or something. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining. And I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye.